Alright, I'm going to do a review on the PlayStation Vita and actually a comparison of the Vita and the 3DS and which one I think is better. First, hold on. Okay, anyway, I'm going to show you the systems. Well, I should show you one at a time. It's more easier. Okay. This is the Vita. What game did I have in here? Oh, crappy Mod Nation racers. But anyway. This is the Vita. You got your camera, right there on that side. You got your X, square, triangle, and circle. One joystick. Another joystick on the other side with the D-pad, L and R, power and volume. Another camera on the back, touch panel, and the touch screen. That's your controls. And the home button as well. That doesn't do nothing but take you back home anyways. But there's one thing. Oh, and you got your small start and select on the bottom. And there's one thing I hate about it. These joysticks, man. You don't get any grip. I mean, you get grip, but you don't get any, like, you don't get the feel of a joystick like you would with this one. This one has more or less room to rotate. The slight touch, and it's already touching the side. Okay, on the 3DS. Okay. I'm going to show you. Well, round one is the buttons. So yeah, you just keep. Okay, this is the stylus. You can use your original ones, but I like this one because it goes up and down and change the size. But here's your buttons on the DS. Touchscreen. You got two screens. 3D slider. Wi-Fi turn on and off. Power button right there. Start home and select are on the bottom. A, B, X, Y, and on the other side is the D-pad and joystick. Then on the back, you got the L and R, a spot for your stylus, a game card slot, and I guess an infrared thing. I don't know what that's for. Then you got two cameras on the back and one on the front. This could take 3D pictures and video. The Vita only can do regular video and pictures. They're both 3 megapixels. So on that front, they're pretty equal. And with the CirclePad Pro, which I don't have, you get 3 extra buttons and the extra joystick that the Vita has. So when you have that, as far as control, the DS is better when you have the CirclePad Pro. But the Vita, if you don't have a CirclePad Pro, has one more joystick to its advantage. But then again, I don't really give a fuck about the extra joystick. And the home screen on the DS, they just upgraded it. So you can have folders, you can have it less cluttered. And you got little programs in here like Swap Note you can download for free. You can get games off the Virtual Console, Game Boy games, DSi games. For ambassadors, which I was an ambassador because I had this one. I still have it. They both work. Anyway, I just transferred all the software over from my blue one to my red one. But anyway, when you're an ambassador, you get 20 free games. Because they dropped the price, everybody's complaining. And that's my next thing to get on, is the price. This is $160. This is the non-Wi-Fi version, the non-3G version is $250 for this, the Vita. And then for the 3G version, you're paying $300 plus your damn service charge. And then also, the DS, let me turn off my DS so I don't ruin anything, because I'm going to be taking out something. The DS came, get this, came with its own 2. Daisy! Sorry about that, my dog barked. So I got 2 SD cards, 1 for each unit. That gives me 4 gigs of space to work with, right? The Vita, I had to pay 30 fucking bucks just for an 8 gig SD card, when I practically got it 4 gigs at least, which is more space on this considering they use less blocks and shit. So I had to pay 30 bucks out of my pocket just to get this little, where is it? Oh, I forgot. Oh, I forgot to show you the game card to go in there. And it's really a hassle. And I don't even know what the hell this other space is for. The hell if I knew. Why they had that extra slot, and the charge goes down there. And the charge is a bitch too, because one end's a plug, one end's a fucking USB. You plug in 3 pieces. You can lose that little, you can easily lose the charger piece because it's small and square. There's no cord attached to it if you're using USB. That's another bad thing. Oh shit, I have mine on. Oh shit, oh well. It'll turn off. But this is the little tiny, the fucking little memory cards. You can easily lose these sons of bitches, and I'm already halfway full on this one. And I hardly did anything with it. Just have music. I have like 100 songs on here. And like 6 games downloaded of small size, of course. They're small mini games. PS minis they call them. Or whatever. And then the 3 free AR games that came in here. The 3DS came with 2 free games. And the cards as well. I got 2 sets of those. Plus the Kid Icarus ones. But anyway. As far as the price and the control, the DS win, the 3DS wins, and you're talking about games. Vita launched with a lot more games than this, but by the time the Vita actually came out, I would say I had more games on this one than this had even available. And I don't even like half of them that are available for the Vita because they're, one, they're PS3 ports. I do not like ports. I have a PS3 if I wanted to play those. Uncharted is probably the only one I could say that wasn't a port that looked decent, but I didn't get it because it was 50 fucking bucks. Pedometer, I got more fucking notifications again on this blue one. But anyway, this one has better games right now. Plus, it plays all your DS games, original DS, and they have a shitload of them. You wouldn't even, I don't think anybody has tapped into every single game on the DS. There's no way. 800,000 plus games. And then you got the Virtual Console and the DSiWare. Add that together, you got almost 2,000 freaking games already. This, let's see, they had 8 titles available at launch. Then they released 2 so far, or 2 to 4 so far, so that's 32. Plus, you get a selection of PSP games, but you have to rebuy it, even if you already have the games on UMD, or if you have them on your go. I don't know if they allow you to transfer them. I doubt it, because they didn't even put that program for America. That's only for Japan. They got lucky. For America, you're shit out of luck here. You're stuck with whatever game's available on this thing. And that's not that much. You got Mon Nation Racers, Michael Jackson Experience, and that's also on the 3DS. F1 2011 on the DS as well. Rayman Origins, which is coming to the 3DS soon. They don't have Sonic. Shinigami 2, Asphalt, and some other. There's a lot of other games, but most of them did not get my attention because they're either ports or just crappy games. People kept saying, "Oh, this had better launch games than this." I don't even know what world they're living on, but when I compared this to the DS, they had pretty much the same launch. I mean, yeah, DS had Super Mario, but this had Pilot Wings in place. But it also had a Steel Diver, which is a new IP. DS had Nintendogs. At that time, was a new IP. Now, it's got Tales of the Abyss, 2 Resident Evil games, Metal Gear Solid, Kid Icarus, Mario Kart 7, Super Mario 3D Land, WWE All-Stars, Need for Speed The Run, Sonic Generations, Rayman 2, or 3D, whatever, Splinter Cell 3D, Ghost Recon Shadow Wars, Nintendogs 2, Pilot Wings Resort, obviously. I mean, this has more games that I personally like that are from popular franchises. The PSP does not. It just has these new gen, this current gen that just passed. It just has mostly crap from that gen. And nobody grew up around that crap. So as far as the games and the games, again, I'm giving it to the 3DS because, well, sales prove it, as well as the reviews. The 3DS has better games. And it has a web browser. You can play multiplayer if you have more than one DS. Like you see here, I have 2. And you can also use it with DS original game multiplayer. For only DS games though. But I got like 4 of those. So yeah. The 3DS is the best handheld. I don't give a rat's ass what people say. It has a color selection. Vita is only available in black in America. In Japan, of course, they're going to have white soon. But in America, we always get the shaft. Especially when it comes time to Sony. We always got the shaft. So what we're stuck with is this black, nasty color. And what I'd say looks like a Game Boy Advance. When you look at the rims, the side of it, it's the same thing as a PSP, too. PSP looked like a fucking Game Boy Advance. I mean, they just copy Nintendo every freaking step of the way. It's got your headphone jack up the bottom, of course, so does this. So there's no way this is gonna beat this, because they're identical. They're just, the only department this wins in is the graphics. But the battery life, you get 4 hours to 5 hours if you're lucky. 3DS gets 5 hours on maximum, but if you turn it down, you get up to 6 to 8. And on DS, you get 8. So, virtual consoles, I don't know. I don't know what the battery rating is on those. I have never fully tested it, but I tested it on level 3 brightness, Wi-Fi on, and battery saver mode, and 3D off. I tested it and gave me 6.5 hours. With this, I have it on minimum settings, 5 hours. That's without playing a game. That's just having it on this home screen. You'll just die in 5 hours. So yeah, this has a bad battery life. And if you think graphics matter, then this is what you will get. But if games matter, a 3DS. And that's the bottom line. The only other thing that this can do really good is MP3. And if you already have an iPad or iPod, you can forget about it. Don't even worry about it. But that's what I use this for, is like listen to music. Besides that, I only got 3 games for this son of a bitch. And none of them are actually really good. I mean, Asphalt's just like the 3DS version. Mod Nation is stripped of online. I got Mario Kart 7, which is better. And Shinibo 2 is so freaking boring. You go around just stealthily slicing people up. I mean, what's so fun about that? I could do that on my 360 on Grand Theft Auto. I can do more in Grand Theft Auto on my 360 than Shinibo 2. Bottom line is, I give the 3DS an 8.9 out of 10, and the Vita a 7.0 out of 10. And the games, I don't even want to talk about it because it's an embarrassment. The Vita is embarrassing Sony because it's got mostly ports, like Mortal Kombat. I mean, I already had Mortal Kombat on my 360. And Metal Gear Solid, the collection, I already had that on my 360 as well. I mean, why should I buy that? Also, I'll mention that the Vita version of Metal Gear is missing Peace Walker. Now that's another reason why Vita is slacking. Because even when it's porting games over from the 360, it has to cut content. And then when you freaking put your game in the Vita, it installs it to the damn SD card. It installs some little data. It's like the PS3 where it forces you to install freaking stuff on your hard drive. Well, Vita's limited on space as it is. I'm already down to like 3.5 gigs on an 8.8 gigabyte card. My 3DS, on the other hand, I have a lot of games. I have like 21 retail games. And then I have all the DS games. And then I have these games that are in the system itself. And it's still got a good amount of blocks. Or gigs. I mean, it's probably 1.5 gigs out of 2. So it's got 1,800 blocks left, so. And I got all these games. Let's count, shall we? No, actually, let me go into my play. I'll go to my play catalog thingy. Apps. Apps photo. Activity log. And you get an activity log on this thing too, so you can know how many titles you got. Software library. Ranking. Okay, it goes to the last 124 in my play history. So that means, let's take out all the previews. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about 15 apps. Let's take away 15 apps, and I'll have like 120 or so downloaded onto here. No, not downloaded, but 120 total games. That's including some DS games I have played on here. So I have like 70 games total for this thing, most of which are installed on the SD card. So yeah, as far as the better system, I say it's a 3DS. And they weren't kidding when they said you were playing with Nintendo power, because this is more powerful, more better than the Vita, because while the Vita has good graphics, it's not that big of a leap. I compared Asphalt 3D to Asphalt Injection, and they look nearly identical. There's no way this is a so-called PS3 in the palm of your hands. That's a jacked up lie. I don't know who came up and said that. No way. PS3 has like 8 cores. PS3 has like 8 cores, 7 for the games and 1 for the SPC. The freaking, I guess, for the software on the PS3 itself. The PS3 is way more powerful than this. Sony lied when they said it was almost nearly as powerful. Plus, the PS3 is on HD TVs, bigger screen. This is a smaller screen. I don't see PS3 graphics on this thing. I see like Xbox level graphics. Xbox 1.5 level graphics on both of these things. There is no way you could tell me. Even Uncharted doesn't even look as good as the PS3 counterparts. I mean, the trees look 2D-ish. The fucking, I guess, the whole atmosphere looks bland in comparison. I've seen the damn videos of that game. It doesn't even look nowhere near my Uncharted 1 that I have for PS3. And Ridge Racer is a complete joke on the Vita. You wanna know how many tracks there is? 3 fucking tracks, 5 cars. I mean, there's the only game I can compare that to is a Super Nintendo game called Race Driving, which also has 3 tracks, but it only has 4 cars. So yeah, if a Super Nintendo game has that many shit, and Ridge Racer on the Vita has that many shit, and something's wrong with the Vita. And plus, this can have 8GB game cards that the developers have to use. Vita is limited to 4 right now. So yeah, the DS has the upper hand in everything except for the power. Slightly better power on the Vita, but not by much to make you go woohoo! Better American graphics. It's not the jump from this. It's not the jump from this game right here. Oh, where's my controller? You're not gonna see a jump to like this game to a PS3 game. No. That's not the jump you're gonna see with the Vita. This is the N64, by the way. Of course, you'll already know. Yeah. That's not the kind of jump you're gonna see when you play a Vita. You're not going to see an N64 to PS3 jump, or a GameCube to PS3 jump. You're going to see a small incremental graphic boost over this thing right here. The Vita is not that much powerful, despite what they say. Because they don't even let's start off with the game cards. Graphics just require so much space on a freaking card, and if Vita only has 4 gigs, then I guess they're not really can't use the full potential, because they have to use more space if they use the full potential. So again, fail right there. Plus this has 3D. When you turn the 3D effect on, it's more powerful than the Wii, which is already more powerful than PS2, GameCube, and Xbox by a little bit. So Say what you want. This is the best handheld. By a long shot. By a mile. The only thing PSP has over, the Vita has over PSP, non-breakable format. You remember how flimsy those damn UMDs were? God, that's why I hated the PSP already. It was those damn flimsy UMDs. They always broke. The damn casings around the CD always broke. And the battery life already sucked. So there's not much better on the Vita besides the better game cards and the better visuals, but not by much. There's a big emphasis on that one. And the games they got coming? Oh, let's see. I don't even know anything that's coming besides Resistance and Killzone and some Call of Duty title and the Mortal Kombat that was just released. I mean, what is there on the Vita? I don't like Persona, so that's in the dumpster. The Vita doesn't have shit in its lineup so far. I'm waiting for a 007 title, a NASCAR title, or a driver title, a Grand Theft Auto. Anything along those lines. But no, I don't see that coming. They're gonna come on this thing, because this is more popular. The Vita failed in Japan. It's a disaster. This past week it only sold 10,000 while the 3DS sold 80 something K. 85 point something K. And the Wii even outsold the Vita. The Wii outsold it by a couple of thousand. The Wii has actually got a big boost. I don't know what for. Mario Party 9? Golden Week? I don't know. But anyway, the Vita is in trouble. Those that said, oh, the 3DS would be doomed, I think they better learn from 2004 when the DS came out. That wasn't selling so fast. This actually sold more than it did in its first year. The DS didn't take off until the Lite came, and that's probably what's going to happen here. It got a boost from the price drop, yes, but you're not going to see DS Lite levels until supposedly revision probably is revealed. And that's when you'll probably see this fly off the shelves like the DS did. But the Vita will never do that. The Vita is just in trouble. Past is playing a good role.